angels, today I have this Kendall Jenner inspired makeup look which she posted on her Instagram, so if you'd like to see how I recreated this look of hers, then let's get straight to it. So first I'm starting off by moisturising my skin, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and I love using this in the winter because it's super moisturising. And in case you are wondering what my eyebrow routine is, I will link it in the info box. So first I'm starting off with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Lemon Drop and putting that all over my eyelids. And this gives it a really nice base and makes the colours pop and last longer. Then grabbing a mixture of Skimp and Stark from the Naked Basics 2 palette, I'm adding this as a bit of a subtle highlight to my brow bones because Kendall didn't look like she had too much highlight going on her eyes. And then taking cover from the same palette, I'm adding that into the crease of my eyes to act as a really nice neutral transition colour. Next, onto my current favourite MAC eyeshadow, which is this colour here called Tempting. I'm applying this on to the whole of my eyelid, so I'm kind of concentrating this on the middle part of my eyelid and just making sure that it's not like a blocky colour, so slightly blending the edges out. Then grabbing Half Baked from the Naked 2 palette, I'm applying this into the inner corners of my eyes because Kendall had a gorgeous gold highlight going on there. Then taking a mixture of a Primal and Undone from that same Naked Basic 2 palette, I'm applying this on to the outer corner of my eyes and then slightly blending that into the crease like you can see here, but I'm kind of concentrating the colour on the outer part and then slightly winging it out because Kendall looked like she had a kind of elongated brown smoky gold eye going on. Now I felt that the crease was a little too cool looking, so I went in and added Slow Burn from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and you totally don't have to do this, but I ran this in the crease of my eyelids as well. Because Kendall had quite a strong neutral highlight going on, I went in and added the same two mixture of colours again into my brow bone to make sure that that was nice and highlighted. Then taking my favourite Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner, I'm running that along my top waterline like you can see here. And I didn't do wing the eyeliner because Kendall didn't look like she was wearing one. And then I grabbed Lush, which is another Urban Decay Velvet eye pencil, and ran that along my bottom waterline because it looked like she was wearing something very neutral and a really nice brown shade. Now because Kendall didn't look like she was wearing any false lashes, I went in and curled my lashes and then added a generous amount of the L'Oreal Telescopic Extra Black Mascara onto my eyelashes, and I love this mascara because it gives me that kind of falsies effect but still makes my eyelashes look super glam at the same time. And here I'm just doing the same exact thing to my other eye, so curling and then going in straight with the mascara, and as you can see this mascara is pretty amazeballs. And then I did go ahead and add a second layer to both eyes. Now because I had a little redness going on, I'm using the green colour of this Makeup Academy Pro Base Prime and Conceal palette and applying that to any of the areas I had any redness because this helps counteract that colour. And for foundation I'm using the Illamasqua Skin Base Foundation along with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. And I'm applying this with the Zoeva Powder Polish Brush, and this little guy is amazing. It's so soft and it gives me a flawless looking base. For foundation and highlight I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer along with the Sephora Smoothing and Brightening Concealer. And first I'm adding the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer underneath my eyes like you can see here in the usual triangle shape, and then not forgetting my chin, my cupid's bow along the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and also a little bit just just above my jawline. And to add an extra bit of highlight, I'm adding the Sephora Concealer on top of the areas which I had already applied the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And I know it's looking super crazy, but I'm going in and blending it with the same brush that I used for my foundation and making sure that there are no harsh lines and everything is looking nice and blended into the foundation and into the skin. And I wanted to go in with a heavy highlight because we all know the Kardashians and Jenner love contour and highlighting. And then I'm scenting all of that with the Ben Nye Banana Powder, so I'm just hitting all of the areas where I highlighted and concealed with a Real Techniques setting brush. For For contour, I use the Makeup Revolution blush stick in Malibu, which is the matte shade, and I use the Zoeva face paint brush to apply this to the hollows of my cheek. And I love this brush because it is such a dupe for the NARS one, which is very similar. And then I'm also hitting that on the perimeter of my face, so I'm adding that on to my hairline, I was about to say jawline then, and blending that in. And then I'm also blending the areas that I carved out my cheeks, and then I also decided to apply a little bit of that on my jawline. I love setting my cream contours with a powder, so I'm using the Bahama Mama powder here, which is by the Balm Cosmetics, and just putting that on top of the areas which I contoured with my cream contour, like you can see here. And Kendall has beautiful, beautiful high cheeks, so I did give myself a little bit more of a contour than she had, but I just wanted to make sure that the final look was looking like her. Then I grabbed some more of Half Bake and applied that eyeshadow in the lower inner corners of my eyes, like you can see here, and then grabbed some more of that Tempting shade and applied it and kind of really blended it out underneath my lash lines. And this really helps give it that really smoky look which she had going on. And then I grabbed a little bit of Undone from the Naked Basics 2 palette and just applied that slightly to the outer lower corners and then blended that up and out like an invisible wing, because she had a very kind of long elongated smoky eye, and then just darkened up my outer corners. This is one step that I sometimes forget to do, and luckily I did this time, and I'm just applying some of the same mascara on to my lower lashes like you can see here, because Kendall did have quite a bit of mascara going on, and I just love this stuff. It really helps kind of complete the whole look. She didn't look like she was wearing too much blusher, but I did take a little bit of the Benefit Dallas blusher just to add the slightest amount of colour to my cheeks, and then going in with some highlight, which is the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder, and just hitting that on the high points of my cheeks to give it a really nice glowy highlighted look. And this brush is, I'm not too sure of the name, but it's also by Zoeva. And then I also decided to run this a little bit along my bridge of my nose and my forehead, chin and Cupid's bow. For that gorgeous matte red lip, I used the Hourglass liquid lipstick in the shade Muse to start off with, and I always like lining my lips first and then filling the rest of them in like you can see here, but I kind of felt like this colour was looking a little bit too coral, so then I went and added the Sephora lip stain, which I think is in the shade number 1, but it's the red one, and then put that on top and just kind of blended it in with my fingers so there weren't any kind of weird harsh lines going on. And then I just set the rest of my makeup with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I'm just concentrating this more on kind of like my T-zone area and also a little bit on my jawline as well. So for my hair, I had my kind of long bang bits, kind of fringe bits, whatever you want to call it, pinned back. So I'm just taking the pins out and then kind of just playing around with it and trying to get the same look that Kendall had going on. And the rest of my hair is in a low bun, like you can see here, and it does have a bun kind of ring donut thing going on inside. So that is the final look, you guys. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I love Kendall. I think all of her makeup looks are so classic and so wearable, so I really hope you enjoyed my take on it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you would like more celebrity-inspired looks, and leave me comments of who you would like me to recreate next, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!